What's up, you Fruit Loop dinguses? I'm back. It's Trey, the dawn of entertainment. Feels like it's been a minute since we put out a video. We're kind of in limbo in 2020 right now. We haven't really been doing unfiltered cinematics and really haven't been putting out a lot of videos, let alone content. We're trying to bring you some podcasts every once in a while, at least once a month. But I wanted to start the Big Brother breakdown back up because Big Brother All-Stars has finally emerged as one of the reality TV shows that has resumed during 2020 COVID season. So we got BB All-Stars. Gonna hopefully bring at least one very special guest in the future episodes here. But we're gonna roll solo with this one and gonna have a good time doing it. So the process of how we break it down here, normally we do it weekly and or bi-weekly. So 2 weeks have gone by in the Big Brother house. We've had 2 evictions. So I'm going to break it down. I'm going to give my insight and then we're just going to chat it out. You know what I'm saying? So I'll start off by just giving my commentary about the people in that house. I personally think they lean more towards personality than like strictly the greatest of all time all-stars. I would have liked to seen Derek on there. He's the GOAT in my opinion. Dan Giesling. I would have liked to seen Vanessa, the poker player, in there. I would have liked to maybe see Paul back just because he was a great player. Glad to see Tyler in there because I really do think he's one of the greats. Janelle's in there. So they did a good job of mixing some old heads and some newbies. They made it inclusive, which was really cool, and they did a good job. But it just felt like a little bit they leaned towards more of the personality. They gave David, who was ousted very first round last year, I believe, last year. It's nice that they're giving him another shot. So that's it. Off the top, I think when I first saw the people in the house, who my favorites were Cody. I just like the old Italian boy, and you know he was aligned with the OG Derek. So I have a special place in my heart for good old Cody. After, the first couple episodes, I'm like, yo, this dude has to learn how to lie a little bit better in that house. But we'll get to that. I was also kind of rooting for Christmas. Love Enzo, the meow meow, just because he's hilarious. So those off the top were kind of my favorites. Kind of have morphed since then, but let's get into it. So week 1. So off the top, Cody wins the HOH. Commentary on that one a little bit. The little wobbly things. I was scared to death that Christmas was going to trip and break an ankle again. That would have been hella shitty, yo. So I'm glad that didn't happen. So Cody really played kind of the safe route and just put up some people who I don't want to say weren't a threat, but hadn't really been in the main talks of the alliances because there are a shit ton of alliances that have already developed and already formed. But so he put up Keisha and Kevin. Janelle won the safety suite. So this year there's a new kind of twist that you can play in what's called the safety suite competition, and you win safety, obviously, and you get to pick a +1 who is safe with you. But once you've played, you're done for the rest of the time. So Janelle and Kesar played in that first safety suite. I think Cody wanted to get blood on his hands and go for some big name, big dog, big players. But they both played. Janelle won and gave her +1 to Kesar. So he had to kind of pivot a little bit and pivot. And so he put up Keisha and Kevin. POV went to, I believe, Enzo. Hopefully I'm right on that. I think I am. The meow meow chose to keep it the same, and Keisha went home on the eviction night. Going into week 2, the most recent 3 episodes, Memphis won HOH. He put up David and Nicole A. I have to say here, wasn't the biggest fan of his words in the nomination ceremony. He could have went about it a little bit better. He just seems like a dick doing that, calling out David. You're at the big dog table. I don't know. I'm just not really rocking with Memphis's vibe. I mean, I will say one thing. The old heads seem to be like they're there to play the game. The gameplay is there for those guys, and I appreciate that. But Memphis, yo, be a little bit cooler, man. Your vibe is just, I'm not rocking with it. So he puts up David and Nicole A, and then of course he wins POV. So there was kind of not a big blow up, but there was talk of maybe backdooring a bigger name player. You have Janelle and Kesar, who are old heads, who Memphis is also an old head, so they're going to him saying, "Oh, let's get out a big name like Nicole F." And all the while, Memphis is in a big alliance with Nicole F, with Tyler and Danny and Christmas, and I'm probably forgetting some, but he's in this huge alliance who they want to potentially backdoor and get out Janelle or Kaser. And Memphis is kind of in the middle, playing both sides, doesn't want to get blood in his hands. Obviously, he wins the POV and decides to keep it the same. That made some people feel a certain type of way in his alliance, like he just has his own interests in mind and he doesn't really care about the alliance. So that could potentially make some waves and cause some people to get pissed off, especially in that alliance. And then they sent Nicole home in week 2. Here's my thing with Nicole and David in week 2. Both had people in their corner trying to fight for them, trying to scheme for them to allow them to stay. So Davon goes to David and basically is trying to, strike up a conversation in order to get the ball rolling to help him stay. And David is so non-receptive. He's like, yeah, I have safeguards in place. I can't tell you. That is a huge red flag if you're Davon. Why would she keep you? And then Nicole, she has Janelle and Kesar on her side, but people elsewhere are saying, you can't trust them. She's not receptive to the help. I just found it hilarious. These people are trying to help you, and you decide to not go for it. That not smart. Not smart. Your newbieism is showing, yo. But anyway, so Nicole got the boot. They decided to keep David. And then we saw the new HOH competition. And Tyler gets the dub. So should be real interesting to see what he does. I think he could either, obviously he's playing the same game as he was the last time he was in the house. He has final 2 deals with everybody, but he's also in this big alliance opposite of Janelle and Kesar. So he could either blow up Memphis's game or play towards his big alliance. We'll see how that goes. So just some overall notes. I think it seems like it's going to be old heads versus newbies. That's just what it seems like it's forming into right now, which I'm cool with. Like I said, you had Janelle and Kesar on one side, and then you have really everyone else. They're picking off other people. It seems like they may get Kevin, who's kind of an old head too. But there's just so many alliances, it's hard to keep track of. A lot of them probably won't come to full fruition, but there are just so many, it's crazy. Which I guess you can appreciate and understand, it being an all-star season and they've all played before and they're all gamers. So a lot of alliances is probably predictable. So far, no one has really wanted to get blood on their hands. There hasn't really been a lot of action drama yet. I don't watch the live feeds. I don't even know if there's After Dark anymore for this season. But I did kind of browse. I did scroll past a spoiler that I think I saw. There was a house meeting. We didn't see it in those 3 episodes this week. I'm going to hopefully get somebody on here who does watch the live feeds, and I'm really excited to announce when that does happen. But I believe she does watch the live feeds, so she can bring that perspective, hopefully. But excited to see some drama unfold in the next week or coming weeks. As for Memphis, definitely playing both sides. I mean, in the beginning, I was saying, okay, he's probably going to lean towards Janelle and Kesar because he's kind of one of those old heads too. And they were talking game in the beginning, but then in this past episode or two, it kind of flipped, and Janelle and Kesar aren't trusting him as much and saying, okay, he's a wild card, and that's when they were trying to get Nicole on board. And she just wasn't receptive of it, which is too bad. I think she really felt bad when Julie basically told her that. I think she started crying. It's a sad situation, but, I mean, in that house, you have so many people chirping in your ear, and it's tough. So, you know, it sucks, but it is what it is. So, a brief breakdown again. You got Cody as HOH. Keisha went home week 1. You got Memphis that won HOH week 2, and Nicole A got the boot in week 2. The new HOH is Tyler. We're going to have a new breakdown either next week or the week after. I have one specific person who I really want to get on the show, and I'm really excited, so I hope we can bring that to fruition for you guys because she's going to be awesome. She loves the game, and I'm all about that. I'm here for it, so hopefully we can get her on. But for right now, you just got my ugly mug for this. I'm Trey, the Dawn of Entertainment. This is Are You Entertain's Big Brother Breakdown. I'm just saying, if you ain't going to put me on the show, I'll break the show down for you until you do put me on the show for the non-All-Stars, until I become an All-Star, you know what I'm saying? All right, it's been a fun first week back. This is a crazy, crazy year. Please stay safe. Please wear a mask. And just be a good person like Julia said. So this is fun. Thank you for watching, and like, subscribe, follow, retweet, tell your friends we're taking over the world. This is Are You Entertained, and I'm out. Peace.